Hey, we're going to go over how to play tug with your dog as a part of training. So with playing tug with your dog as a part of training, it's important to make sure that your dog understands rules. The main 3 rules are get the toy when I tell you to, drop the toy when I ask you to, and don't grab the toy again until I have told you to. So the cues I use for my dog are get it, which means grab the toy, and drop, which means spit the toy out. I'm going to focus in this video on grabbing the toy, dropping the toy, and then also how to incorporate working for the toy. So that starts to incorporate the training side of this in. So this is Arrow. She's my 5-year-old border collie. She knows the rules of tug very well. I'm going to play around with them a little bit to kind of show how I start to build that. So if I take the toy and I wiggle it for her and I make exciting noises, oh wow, so cool. You can see she grabs it. She grabbed it even though I didn't say her word because I made it really inviting for her. So now I'm going to ask her to spit it out. You can see how really into it she is. Drop. Good. So she spat the toy right out there and uh-oh, she grabbed it again. So I don't want that. So I'm going to wind my toy up so that she's less tempted to grab it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the toy in a way that's a little tempting to grab. If she doesn't grab it before I say the word, then I'm going to go ahead and tell her she can have it and invite her to play. Get it. Good. Very nice. That was amazing. So I held it out at about her eye level. She paused for a moment. I gave her that get it cue, and now I'm tugging with her. And I like to make tug pretty exciting for my dog. So I'll wiggle it back and forth. We want to protect their spine so we don't move the toy up and down, but side to side is great. You can also step backwards and then move forward with your dog as they tug. Drop. Good. So now I've dropped. Now I've asked her to drop it again. You can see she's being a little pushy for that toy. So normally I like my dogs to really wait until they grab the toy, but she's excited about it. So now I'm going to hold it a little bit lower and make it a little bit more tempting. Get it. Good. And because she didn't go for it before I gave that cue, I gave her that get it cue. And now I'm tugging. Drop. And now I'm going to make it even more tempting. Get it. Very nice. And so the goal with this is I want to work up to the point where I can do anything with that tug toy, and she knows to wait for the toy until I've told her get it. Drop. All right, so in terms of incorporating work in with tugging, this is something where I try and make it not quite as tempting as it was just there, because in the beginning that can be really hard for our dog's brains. But I'm going to present the toy in a way where it's there, but not, again, quite so tempting. And then I'm going to ask her to do something she knows how to do really well. Sit. Get it. And so because she sat, that earns her the toy. So I tell her, get it, present the toy where she can bite it, and then tug, tug, tug with her. Drop. I'm going to do it again. Sit. Uh-oh, she laid down instead of sitting. So I'm going to get her to stand up again. Sit. Get it. Very nice. She started to lay down there a little bit at the end, but she did still do her sit. That was wonderful. Drop. Now I'm going to ask her for something. Drop. Now I'm going to ask her for something else. Oh, we're being so naughty with the toy. So if she's biting the toy like that in between when I've cued it, it's not like she's not trying to be a bad dog. She loves the toy. And so I don't want to tell her like no or bad or anything like that, because I want a lot of enthusiasm with the toy. It just means that I need to change the way that the toy is presented a little bit to help her be more successful. So I'm holding the toy higher. If she was still going for it, I would bunch it up in my hand. The goal with this is we want her to be as successful as possible while we gradually increase the difficulty of the rules involved. So now I'm going to go ahead and ask her to do something else where she's going to have to move away from the toy. So I'm going to ask her to do a hand target touch. So for this, I'm going to hold the toy in my left hand. I'm going to say touch. Yes, get it. Good girl. And then as soon as I feel that nose on my hand, I mark with a get it, and then she gets to grab her toy. Drop. Touch. Get it. Good girl. So I gotta bark there because she's really excited. Drop. Good. And so with this, you see how now she's not going for the toy in between. She's got back into the flow of going, oh, okay, I need to actually wait for my cue. But with incorporating drop and get it in with our tug so that our dogs know the rules of I bite it when you say get it, I don't bite it before that, and I drop it when you say drop it. It helps to make it so that our dogs aren't jumping up and clobbering us when we are trying to play tug with them. And then it also makes it so that we can use it as part of training for our dogs. So I do a lot of tug as part of training my dogs to do obedience behaviors, agility behaviors, some manners stuff. And so I can ask for something like heel. And she knows that if she comes into heel position and then heel, walks with me. Sit. Get it. Good. Then I can go ahead and mark with a get it and reward that heel behavior with a tug. So being able to use tug as part of training is great, not only because it brings a lot more energy into our dog's behaviors, but it also helps burn a lot of energy, both mentally through the training and physically through the action of tug. And then for dogs who maybe we're watching their weight or we're trying to make sure that we're not overdoing it with treats and training, it's also really helpful because we can use pretty much endless amounts of toy as long as our dogs are still into it and don't have to worry about counting calories. That's a quick overview of using tug toys as part of play. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Other than that, happy training.